It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the Sunshine State. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Miami Dolphins, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
A city known for its incredible skyline, its nightlife and beaches, today centered around this venue, Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Heward on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage, run after run, and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense could get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Cam Little out for the opening kick. And we're underway at Hard Rock. Washington now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Dolphins offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a proud Samoan and one of your few fellow lefty QBs, Brock, Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua's early career, yeah, it was known for injuries. Maybe not being as durable and as available as you want in a top 10 pick. But the last few years, he's taken great strides to rewrite that narrative. Remember, this was a guy that rewrote the record books in Hawaii, won a national championship at Alabama, and nobody questioned the accuracy of that left arm. It was just the availability, well, that he's had to rewrite, and he's done a heck of a job.
They'll start the drive with Achane. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Tua off the play fake. Smith pulls this one in along the sideline. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. They send Hill right. Throwing. Here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. Headed out right. He's running for it. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
New set of downs for him at the 38. 1st and 10 now. Here's Tagovailoa. That's caught. Devon Achane. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Going play action. Tagovailoa. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Pass didn't work on 2nd. Let's see how that affects this 3rd down. Motioning the tight end now. Tagovailoa working from the pistol. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. He gets 6 on that play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
First down, here's Tua. This one's taken in by Hill. And they make this stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
On play action, here's Tagovailoa. That's Hill working the sideline, complete. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Chan, a first down carry. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Second down now, 7 to go. They've got a man in motion. Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. Man in motion wasn't set in time, just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. Offense to the line for second down. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Cut near the goal line. There it is, touchdown Miami. The Dolphins finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Jason Sanders to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Sanders all set to send it away. Here's Parker Washington with the return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. So here comes the Jaguar offense now. Their turn to set out on an opening drive. And bringing them out, a former #1 overall pick out of Clemson in 2021, Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence has had a remarkable career. Over 50 starts in high school and a winner all the way along. A national champion and 3-year starter at Clemson, and really a starter from day one after the first pick in the draft in Jacksonville. The key for Trevor at this level, though, is to do it season in and season out. That's what the greats before him have done. The Bradys, the Mannings, the #1 picks of the past. If you want to become a great and you want to take your game to another level, you got to do it year in and year out. He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. He's going to snag a couple of yards charging up the gut. It's Kader Kohu up to make that play. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Throwing is Lawrence on third down. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. That's Thomas. He's got it. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Lawrence in the pistol. Connection made. Travis Etienne.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
On 4th down, it's Logan Cook on for the Jaguars to punt it away. And that kick a little too well struck. He drives it into the end zone for a touchback. So Miami headed out for its second drive of the game. And so far they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And Kate, generally offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
They go play action with Tagovailoa. He's got Smith. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Hard Rock Stadium right after this. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They have it 2nd and 4. Tua now from the gun. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Trying to connect with Tyreek Hill there. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Off the play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Flushed out of the pocket. And he'll get it up to the 27. It was the rookie from LSU that time on the tackle.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
Here's someone from a family of punters, Ryan Stonehouse, on to punt on 4th. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. He's got it at the 24. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And it'll be Jaguars football. They've got first down from the 31. Here's ETN to begin the drive. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
On 2nd down, it's ETN. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Jalen Phillips finishing that play off. Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's a Jaguar first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
First down throw, Lawrence. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So it'll be 2nd down. One of the rare instances there, Brock, where the quick slant doesn't win against zone coverage. He just couldn't hang on to the football.
No, we know this, Kate. In man coverage, it's about that separation, right?
Yeah.
You've got to win and create leverage. Versus zone, it's all about that anticipation and accuracy. And if you're not on point, that zone defender can break it up.
His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play. Tight end going in motion here. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. And he must have overlooked the linebacker there because he was right in the way to swat it away and bring out the incompletion.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He completes it in traffic. And he gets this forward to the 19.
Well, the odds aren't great when you throw into double coverage. Normally you see one of the defenders make a play on the ball. 2 men nearby, and that's a missed opportunity for the coverage to make an impact play.
And the Dolphins in a nickel set for this 3rd down. Lawrence working from the gun. Bails out of the pocket quick. He slides down inside the 5-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They'll run. ETN punches it in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars start to fight back with their first points of this game. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Cam Little to try the extra points. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars tie this game 7-7. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Washington now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Miami set to take over once again on offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Taken in by Smith. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. He's on the move. He'll try and run this. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Miami.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Tagovailoa on 1st down. Able to find Achane. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Running with Achane out of the gun. His push straight ahead nets maybe a yard at most. Stopped by Foye Oluokun. They manage a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Throwing on 3rd, Tagovailoa. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 24 on that play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Achane on the inside give. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now at Hard Rock. The Dolphins driving for a score and a halftime lead. From the 27. Escapes the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Pretty even match in this first half, and you're just kind of waiting, right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Tua setting up to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, I know some old-school coaches, maybe some former NFL quarterbacks who would have this guy running stairs after that drop, partner. Hit or no hit. That was a catch there that would have meant a 1st down.
Yeah, that's why that's old school, okay, Kate? The new school coaches and quarterbacks know how hard it is in this league with the contact. Know how valuable those contested catches are. Credit the defense for making the play on that one. You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Sanders all set to send it away. Washington now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Jaguars send running back Travis Etienne trotting back out to the field. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Hits him on the in route. And he's touched down after a nice pickup there to get the 1st. New set of downs for him at the 38. First and 10, it's Lawrence. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And it sets up 2nd down.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
Second and 10. Here's Lawrence. Throw reeled in by Thomas. And a nice gain here, but it's stopped short of the 1st. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Throwing from the gun here. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. 6 yards on the play and enough for a 1st.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
They'll throw it again. Looking right, and he finds him. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. It's Kader Kohu up to make that play.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Still sticking with the passing game. Throwing for the end zone. And he swats that deep shot away, but he better not celebrate just yet. Looks like his contact drew a flag. They may still get this yardage. So halftime has to wait one more snap. That pass interference call means we've got an untimed down coming up. The kick by Shudak is good. And it'll knock this game up late in the second quarter. That's the half here in this one. All tied up thanks to that late field goal. Now we'll send you up to Orlando, our studios there, for Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome you all back for the start of our third quarter. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. Washington now to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Here come the Jaguars, taking the field on offense to start the third. And they could take control in the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Slot receiver headed left. Here's ETN on 1st down. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 31. Oh, tried forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. And the Dolphins return the interception close to the red zone. He's stopped inside the 25. Well, Brock, it was an absolute battle in the first half as they played to a tie heading into the locker rooms. And already we have the first big play of half number 2 with that INT.
Yeah, not just the first big play, but maybe the first separating play here, Kate. There's always a moment in the second half, especially where one of these teams makes the play, right? That one that we're going to circle and look back to as the defining play of the half. We may just have witnessed it right there.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Back now, pressure on its way. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Motioning Washington right. They'll run now on 2nd down. And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Well, that's a tough one because you could see the beginnings of what looked like an explosive play. Let's give some credit here, Kate, to the defense. A great job to bottle him up before it came to fruition.
Putting the tight end in motion. From the pocket. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Hey, that's not an easy thing to do, Kate. Not against quarterbacks and the red zone offenses in this league, but what a tremendous effort to not only get the stop, but to end it with gusto and a sack.
Fourth down, and on comes Jason Sanders for the Dolphins field goal. This will be a 44-yard look. Aubrey puts it through, and they've taken back the lead.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Sanders all set to send it away. Washington now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now the Jaguars offense ready to take over once more. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings up 2nd down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Counter give to ETN. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. That was a Fatu Melifonwu there to make the play. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And he didn't get enough into that throw. That's low and incomplete, so they're going to be facing 4th down coming up.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
The Jaguars into punt formation. And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his 1st one. Got 49 on his 1st punt. This one looks even longer. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Dolphins will have some work to do as they take over. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They send Hill right. Going play action, Tagovailoa. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. On target to Waddle. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Tyson Campbell, the man on that tackle.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. 2 now from the gun. He finds his running back deep down the left side. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Miami.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he could do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Running left, here's A-Chain. And he takes it across midfield and into Jaguars territory. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
From the 48. Achan reels it in. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Tagovailoa off the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. Look. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
What a great opportunity for him. You can almost feel that bounce in his step. Facing a southpaw, and he gets to rush the blind side. Well, anytime he beats that right tackle, it just comes down to his closing speed and his finishing ability at the quarterback.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Another try following the sack. This finds Smith. Oh, the football's loose. Jags pick it up. And they finally drag him down, but not until after a very nice return.
And there is nothing like a defense taking the ball away for you. Right? It's all about the ball. It's all about, you hear me preach that all the time. Get the ball back. Well, they get the ball back with a little extra bonus on that return as well.
Now the Jaguars getting set to go. While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. So near disaster a moment ago, but the drive's still in trouble if they can't convert on 3rd. Trying to pick it up here with Achan. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Tua off the play fake. Wow, wide open here, complete. Touchdown, Miami! I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game?
Yep.
Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Dolphins make it a 10-point ball game. Sanders all set to send it away. Has this at the 6. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. Jacksonville heading out there on offense. They've got first down from the 31. Lawrence working from the gun. Connecting on the slant. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He'll get this to ETN.
That defense, it'll give up that completion every time. They don't just like it, they love it, because it creates a fun little race between everybody coming downhill to go make that tackle, or in this case, run him right out of bounds.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Inside handoff goes to ETN. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
First down, and they go right back to it. His drive forward halted after a couple of yards. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's Jaguars football. They trail, but it's still within reach. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Lawrence looking to throw. Got a man. It's Thomas. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, a give to ETN. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Yeah, I get it. Fans will measure a running back's merit by touchdowns, yards, the fantasy football world we live in. But as coaches and teammates, Kate, they want something a little bit more. They want to see plays like that, a guy who will always get the short yards in a critical spot like that.
On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
2nd and 3. That one's incomplete over the middle.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now Lawrence on the play fake. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. That's incomplete left side. Brian Thomas Jr., his intended target. So 2nd down coming up.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. The throw is caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. He's got it! And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Cam Little getting the call on 4th down here to put 3 up for the Jaguars. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And it pulls him back within 1 score here in the 4th.
His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. And this is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. You've got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Washington now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Dolphins are back on offense. Tua Tagovailoa out there once again. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Man in motion, out of the slot. On 1st down, they're going to start out with Achane. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Able to find Achane. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, This guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First down, Tagovailoa to throw. Hauled in by Waddle. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Here's a chain up the middle. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. And some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back him up. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. Set him back 5. It's 1st and 15 after the penalty. Motioning one of the tight ends. They'll run here following the penalty. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play, whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Off the play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He rolls to his right. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
We get so stuck, Kate, on decision-making being the ball in the hands and where's he throwing it. The ball in the hands in the passing game, and what kind of decision is he going to make? When in reality, in this game in the 4th quarter, decision-making is also knowing when to salvage a play. Salvage that real estate that's so important to try to play a little add-on and make this a 2-score game. That sack, that's not going to help in that decision at all.
He's back to throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up. So the Dolphins readying for the punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. Went for 48 with his first kick, and this one looks even better. So this one sails over the sideline, and they'll spot it where a touchback would go at the 20-yard line. The Jacksonville offense back on the field now. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. That pass caught by Strange. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Back to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Ifatu Melifonwu with the INT. And this one may be out of reach now because the defense comes through with 6. That right there, that takes just the right circumstances to happen. But man, a big boy pick six, Brock, one of the most universally celebrated plays in this sport.
Look at the smile on your face.
I love it. Big boy touchdown. Come on now.
Well, I think you and a lot of fans are in it for the celebrations. Those big guys do so much work, and now they get their chance to play hero. It is a blast.
Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Dolphins double their lead to 14. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Washington now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence set to take over on offense once again. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now Lawrence coming off a pick. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Need to work as quick as you can here, Brock. 2 timeouts left, down 2 scores. It's 1st down. Out of the gun, Lawrence. He's got Brown on the slant. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Finds him on the crossing route. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Only 1 timeout remaining. They've got to work quickly here. It's 1st and 10. Lawrence working from the gun. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Jags working fast here, trying to get back to the line. This one's caught. And he almost gets to the 5. He goes out at the 6.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Now a timeout called by the Jaguars. That's their 3rd. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. The Dolphins with an extra DB out there. Third down coming. Now to throw. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. Looking to throw it. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a fourth down stand.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in four-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Achan. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. So it's fins up as the Dolphins take the win at home. And this is a game that proves every Pee Wee and Pop Warner and high school coach across the country correct, Brock. Teams who make fewer mistakes and turnovers gonna win a lot of football games. They kept the football, they forced a couple of turnovers, and that was a big part of the difference in this one. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Dolphins, your winners, as we say so long from Miami.